Greetings, everybody. My name is Captain Honorseeker, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Season 2 Diablo 4 and how the leveling experience and your game overall feels for me. Let's start off with Season 1. Season 1 was a drag. It was a long one. It didn't have much new compared than the actual seasonal quest line. And resistance that didn't work, and CC that didn't that was massive, and overall season 1 was a bad one. Now season 2 on the other hand, like, I had fun leveling. I had very fun chasing items that I needed to get to, like Duriel or Vachan or Grigwar or Beastie Eyes or Zir for that. I was enjoying myself getting those. Like, getting those materials gave me something to do when I reached 100. Like, it just went, alright, I'm 100 and I got stuff to do. I can go farm Uber-Uniques if I want. I can go farm a specific item from one of the specific bosses. I can also go farm my Trio Whispers. Like, I could do so much already that compared to season 1, the content that was given to us was already way better. Alright. Not to mention, like, the faster leveling. Like, in season 1, it took me like 86 to 90 hours to get to 100. Like, it was a real drag. It got from me starting up, go to like the Onyx Holds run to get gear, and then to eventually to dopamine tunnels, and then go from there to like 50 and then capstone dungeon, and then go to like 64 again and do the next capstone dungeon. And then you have that huge gap between 64 and 100 that you're just basically doing what we were doing in Diablo 3. Plucking a key or a sigil for a new dungeon. Because health tides were not very rewarding. And the only way to do stuff was doing nightmare dungeons. Like, I really got back in that D3 mindset with that. That compared to season 2, I was like, between 64 when I did the capstone for World Tier 4 and 100, I was like doing Hell Ties, Three of Whispers. I was getting gear to actually go into the nightmare dungeons to cap my resistances. And overall, the leveling experience was faster. Like, season 2, I leveled up within 45 hours. It's not the fastest one, but it was way faster. Like, I reduced my time by at least 50%. It was just huge. Like, I had fun. I had a blast while I was streaming it, like having fun with everybody in chat. Like, I was just enjoying myself. Like, time flew by like crazy. Another thing that I really enjoy about this season as well, it's like the easy farmable boss materials that you need. Like, if I do Hell Tide, I get living steels, and with the update to the living steel chest, you have a potential chance to get between 5 and 10. It happened to me once, but there is a chance you can get 10 living steels out of one living steel chest. That is one of the things that you actually want to see and do. Like, you want to farm Grigwar to get the shards so you can go farm Duriel eventually. Like, for example, the Blood Harvest, right? It comes instantly with 3 Trio Whispers, which gives you instantly 11 out of 10 when you complete it. Which means you get your wash and stuff very quickly. Like, each on the hour, the Blood Harvest pours from Hauser to Dry Steps to Skullsglen, and then you just go haywire in it and you get it. And those materials you need, like you get the shard from Gregoire and you get the eggs from Duriel, from Vorshan to for Duriel. Then you can just go farm your Uber Uniques if you have like, let's say you have a group of 4 and you all bring like 10 stacks. Like if you bring 20 eggs, 20 shards, you can do Duriel 10 times. If you multiply that by 4, that's 40 times. That's 40 times a chance to get a Uber Unique. That's just... If you want to farm Uber Uniques, that's the way to do it. Do it in a group. Rotate the materials, like... Just rotate it, like... Nobody leaves before the rotation is completely gone. So you do not feel like, alright, he stole one from me. Or... Just make sure if you do a rotation, you do it in a group and everybody brings the same amount of materials. If you can only bring one, you're only gonna stay there for one. Like you're only gonna stay there for 4 runs and then you move along. Alright. Stuff to do at 100. Yes, I already talked about it. Like Hell Tides, Blood Harvest, Tree of Whispers, boss farming like Beastie Eyes if you have those Distilled Fear and first year the Ex Queen's Blood or something like that. And then you can just go farm the boss materials. Another thing that actually improved my leveling experience as well, like in total, like teleporting in the dungeon and not in front of the dungeon with another loading screen going back into the dungeon. No, like I open up the sigil, I open up my map, I click on the dungeon, I get instantly teleported into the dungeon. Massive increase of efficiency. Now, the next step that I want is, I'm going to talk about it later on, but there's another step that I actually want that happens, but other than that, the teleporting into a dungeon is a massive increase of everything. Like, I run dungeons like constantly. Like, I run at least 10 dungeons in a row. Like, just plug, just craft sigil, dungeon, like nothing else. And then after like 8 to 9 runs, give or take, I poured out to town and I dump everything in my stash. One of the best features so far for the inventory stash is the search option. Like, literally the search option. Like, oh, let's say I need the heart. And my stash is like this, like completely cluttered. All right, I have one tab where hearts are located. All right, that's not a loot filter, but I can already search on a specific item in my stash. That's a good beginning. From that point on, like, I actually don't use it that often. I should use it more often because my stash is constantly clogged with junk. Like literally constantly clogged with junk. Like you saw the first step, that was complete garbage that I need to go through. But oh well, it is what it is, and just the overall experience of searching something up in your stash is a massive increase of everything. Like I said, I don't pick up any legendaries in a dungeon. Like I try to avoid picking up gear. I only go with the gear that actually drops from completing the dungeon. Overall, the pros in this season are massive. They're good, they're easy, and they're great to actually do stuff. All right. Now, let's go to the counterpart. The cons for season 2. Well, resistance was a bad thing in season 1. Like, for real, that was very bad. Like, they didn't work at all, and they were just broken. Season 1, yeah, the resistance works. There are still like a little bit of things to do that can be improved, but overall, the resistance is very decent. All right, now let's go into the full cons. The CC is still, and I remember say it again, still annoying. Like literally annoying. There are still moments that I have no control over my character for 5 seconds straight if by accident my shadow step or any skill that gives me unstoppable is on cooldown. Like the moment my skills are on cooldown, I get hit and I get CC'd for like 5 seconds straight, and I'm just standing there like, you can just hit me now. Like I don't care. Like just hit me. Like I will probably not survive this, but 60 needs to have a full rework as well. Like they last way too long. If you get hit by those maulers in a dungeon, yeah, that's just bad. Like you get hit by one of those maulers and you just stand there like 5 seconds. Like you can technically wait on a train or on a bus if no matter what. Like it's annoying. It's very annoying. Like Blizzard, please fix them. It will be really appreciated that you actually look into the CC and fix them. But other than that, it's really enjoyable. Yeah, I know it's a puzzle that you need to figure out at one point, but I'd rather see them rework it than give us like a stat on a gear that gives you less CC duration or something like that. Another thing that still bugs me out is a loot filter. There is no loot filter. Blizzard, look at Last Epoch. Use their loot filter system. Or implement something that's something similar to them. Like, look at Last Epoch. Use their loot filter system. Like, my stash is full. Like, full with gear that I actually do not need. Give me a loot filter. Having a loot filter will increase your experience in this game even further, because you can actually say to the loot filter, hey, I only want this and this. Like, I want all ancestral gear with at least total armor, maximum life, let's say lightning resistance, and damage reduction on chest items or pants or whatever you want on that. Give us that. Like, you get so much gear spoon fed to you that you're gonna be at one point like, I can't see the tree. I can't see the forest through the trees. But that is said about the loot filter. It is annoying that we don't have one yet, but having one will increase the experience as well. Now, the seasonal quest line and the vampiric powers. If I want to start up a new character, you force me to do the entire quest line again. You force me to farm or unlock all the vampiric powers again. That it's not fun to me. Like, if I want to create a new character, right, then I already did the entire seasonal quest line. I don't want to fight Zir at the end of the quest line to actually get the item that to get the vampiric power that I need to unlock for my build. No, like, I just want to see that we have a system where, alright, you make a new character. The game remembers you did the entire quest line already on your previous character. But no, you want me to do the entire quest line again. For me, that slows down my second character leveling. It is so slow that I'm actually here thinking about it, like, why do you want me to go through the entire quest line again? It is by far one of the most annoying things to do. Like, and I can totally understand that you want us to keep us busy, but don't let me farm or upgrading my vampiric powers. Yes, like, I don't care about that, but going through the entire quest line again to get that one specific one from Zir. Nah. That doesn't work. But, oh well. It's already better than Season 1. It's by far way better than anything else. And then there are the seasonal items that you can use to upgrade your gear, so you can use the vampiric table. Alright, so we actually consume these items like it's legit said seasonal consumable, right? You make a separate seasonal tab. Put them in there as well. If you pick them up, put them in there. Or actually put them in our consumables. There's nothing wrong with that. And by far that's reasonable to have them in there. But no, you actually tells us if you pick them up, they will be in your equipment. I can also understand why you do that, because we use them on our gear as an equipment. But you actually, upon using, you actually consume them. You even name them consumable. Please have them in our consumable tabs. Next time, next season. It's an item that we need to use as a consumable. Put them in our consumable tabs. And then people are going to say like, yeah, but you don't have that much space in your consumable tab. That's true. That's true. But if you name your own seasonal item a consumable and you don't put them in the consumable tab, doesn't really make sense, does it? Alright. Other than that, that were my cons. Alright. There are a few things that I want and I should actually already be in the game, in my opinion, but we're getting there. Blizzard needs to get the time to do it. It's some quality of life stuff, some stuff that I actually want in the game, some stuff that I actually think of like, if it was in the game, it would already be way better. Alright. Now, what I want to happen in later seasons is Blizzard, by far, give us a pet that picks up gold. Like, Diablo 4 is a gold-hungry game. Like, your enchants costing a lot of money. Your everything, every little bit that you do, like unsucking your gems, your crafting of sigil, costs gold. Like everything is gold related. It costs you money. Like if you extract, it costs you gold. If you add an power to your gear, it costs gold. It is a gold-hungry game. Give us a pet. Give us something that picks up the gold. Like, we already have the pet. Like, we already have the puppy from the beta weekends. And some people will go now like, I didn't play the beta, so I didn't get it. Give us a pet. Like, give us something like in Diablo 3. Like, let it run around us and pick up the gold. That by far is already like, alright, I can go into a dungeon, I can just go smash monsters and pick up all, and my pet will pick up all the gold. Like, I know you guys are busy with other stuff, but that's something that I really want. That's something I actually, in my opinion, should have been in the game already. But, as said, I know Blizzard is getting there, I know Blizzard will get what eventually at one point where we have to be. So, it will give them some time. Also, another thing is, why don't you give me an ability to craft gear at the blacksmith? Blizzard, you create an ARPG, but I cannot craft any gear. Like, nothing. I cannot. I just cannot. Like, make it so that I can craft my jewelry. Make it so that I can craft my gear. Even if it's just yellow ancestral ones. Like, I absolutely don't care how you're gonna name it. Like, give us an option to craft our own gear. You're an ARPG. Give us just a crafting system. Enchanting your gear is not crafting. That's like re-rolling a stat that we could do at Miriam in D3. Like, just give us a little bit. Like, we have materials like for days, like literally for days. Like I have materials for days. I can do like shitload with them. Oh, you got monster parts, yay! Like, look, like, I got 14,000 raw hide. That's just sitting there doing nothing. Give me an ability to just craft stuff. I will be happy to craft my own gear at one point, like. And let's say, like, alright, you want to craft, like, gloves. You need rawhide, superior leather, and then you need, let's say, a veil crystal and a baleful fragment. Boom! You're crafting something. Oh yeah, you can upgrade you can upgrade your gear to like 5 stars. Yeah, great. That's something that I'm like, it gives you the thing that you need, but it doesn't let you actually craft. It just lets you upgrade your item plus 25 stats actually, and that's it. Another thing that I want is when I making a build, give me an actual armory like in D3. Like, we already have a wardrobe that can be used for anything. Like, you give us 5 tabs to use. Like, they just might as well 1. Like, and I'm like, just give me something that I actually can save my armory, which also increase, like, I can do my paragon boards for like 3 separate builds. Like, let's say I have an armory saved a build saved for Lilith. I have a build saved for Nightmare Dungeon 100. I have a build saved for speed farming. Like, just give us that ability to save a loadout. Gear wise, Paragon board wise, skill tree wise, like, just give us that. Like, that would be so much better than like, all right, I'm gonna kill Lilith now, but give me like 10 minutes because I need to reset my entire Paragon board. Because the glyphs that I use for speed farming are not the glyphs that I use for Lilith, or vice versa. But that's again something that I just want, and actually it should be in the game already. Have an armory system like in D3. That would be awesome. And the final thing that I want is a jewel crafter at the Tree of Whispers. Like, you already have the occultist over there. You already have the blacksmith over there. Put an Obols guy, like, let us gamble with Obols at the Tree of Whispers as well, because the Tree of Whispers at the moment is, it's a hotspot. Like, we complete our blood harvest and then we go into the Tree of Whispers. Like, it is the smallest space in the game where a way path is. Add there a complete jewel crafter and an Obols guy. Like, that would be amazing. Alright. With that being said, overall season 2 is still a big win in my book. I'm still enjoying the season. I am preparing now for the Abattoir of Zir. Hope you guys are doing the same. I hope you guys are having the Ubionics that you want. And as always, stay healthy. Catch you all later. Bye-bye.